Hey there, and welcome to this video about how to use OneNote, a really great resource that we have thanks to Microsoft Office 365. What OneNote tries to do is it tries to be a digital notebook, really like how your notebook is in a regular classroom where you have sections, you have pages, and you can put certain things on those pages in the right sections. And what I mean by that is this. So if I want to create a new section, I'm going to click that little section button. And I'm going to call this, let's say I'm making a project for my ninth grade English class, and it's a research. I'll title it this. I can title it whatever I want, but I want to make sure I give it a clear name so that I can have something that I can remember to go back to. And immediately it's going to make a page here. I can title this like notes if I wanted to, and then like type in here like, this is my note page, just for an example. I could also create more pages in that section. I could even create like another section if I wanted to. So let's say I had a science research class. I can click that and create another section so that my notes don't get, or my pages don't get mixed up. But I want to create stuff in this English research. So once I have this set up like this, I'm going to continue to work in OneNote, but OneNote works in two places. It works online like we are in here in the browser, but I can also open up OneNote on the desktop app where I have a little bit more power to do certain things. And we're going to do that right now. So I'm going to click that button. It's going to ask me if I want to open OneNote, and you're going to start to see it pop up here. It's going to say like, hey, this may be unsafe, but don't worry, it's not. We click yes, and immediately you're going to start to see the sections pop up and the notes that says this is my note page that I wrote on the browser side of things, on the online version of it. Now you can see it looks a little different. My sections are up here and my pages are here, but everything's pretty much the same. Now once I have this, I can actually print things to this and then write on them, which makes things really, really cool. I'm going to minimize that, and I am going to go to the New York Times, and I'm just going to click on any article here just to kind of get something. And I'm going to print this. Now, I am not going to print this to a printer. I'm only like kind of digitally printing this. So I'm going to click print. And I have the ability on this print screen to change where I want the destination to be. And I want to make sure that the destination goes to OneNote. So you'll see here, this is on all the computers in the building. I can click OneNote. And I'm going to send all 4 of these sheets to OneNote. And it's going to print. And I'm going to wait for down here for OneNote to start blinking. Once it starts blinking, then I know that it's kind of ready for me to go over to it. And I can see it starting to blink. I click on it, and immediately this window pops up. And it's going to ask me where I want to put it. Now, I made 2 sections here. I want this to go in my English section and not my science section. So I'm going to click English here, and I'm going to click OK. And you're going to start to see it's inserting the document. It's going to do a little bit behind the scenes. And once it's all done, you're going to see that that article is now printed in OneNote. And the cool thing about doing it here is that if I go to draw, I can actually start highlighting on it, just like if I was working on a computer. Not on a computer, if I had it printed out. So I'm highlighting. Let's say that this was a really great point that I wanted to include. You got to be kind of careful. I'm not the best at this, but it does do the job. And I could also, let's say, insert some text in here so I can like write in the margins, and I can say like, this is a great idea. Or this is a great argument, or great whatever that comment is. I can draw, if I want to make it really clear that this is related to this, I can draw with a smaller pen. Where is that? There we go. Right over to here. And you're going to be able to see that this stuff saves across. So I can minimize this, and I'll go back here. And you're going to start to see that in my 9th grade research, I have notes, I have printout, and on that printout is going to be the stuff that you just saw. I have my highlights. I also have the things that I wrote in there. Whenever you print something in here, it comes out as printout, and if I did another one, it would be printout too. But I can right-click this and rename it, and let's say I want to call it New York Times article. When I go to rename, it lets me write stuff up here. say NY times, let me spell it correctly, article. And that's really that. If I wanted to delete it, I can right click and click delete. Um, Please let me know if you have any questions. This is a great resource to use, especially if you're doing a lot of resource or a lot of research and you want to store it all digitally. Hope this helps. Thank you.